Reporting live from the getaway, it's the Sports Brothers. It's your boy Smoooth
and Siddall.
Because when it's about sports,
it becomes our business.
Welcome to another edition of the platform, y'all. We here.
The getaway once again, man.
Man, and people, don't be alarmed. You know, we have some headphones on. Reason why is because this man, he was at our show last week, Mr. Kelvin, Saxman Evans. Unfortunately, he's not feeling too well.
Yeah.
So we actually have him on the phone. What's up, Richie Kelvin?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
I'm doing
well,
man.
Yeah, you're a trooper, man. To really make this commitment still, while you're under the weather, man. We appreciate you being on here.
All right, man. I can't just talk about my Alabama, man. Roll Tide.
Who?
Who? Roll Tide, man. I can't miss it.
Yeah, man. That was an incredible game. Incredible 2 games, actually, this past weekend, college football.
Indeed.
Man, let's go ahead and just go right into it. Once again, Kelvin will be here, sitting in this seat, but he's actually on the phone live. So everybody show some love, give us some emoji thumbs ups or something like that.
Right, you see you floating, on the bottom of the screen when you do that.
Right. So, what is your hot topic?
My hot topic is the NFL playoffs, man. It's my favorite time of the NFL year. It's the playoffs, one and done. This is it. This is for all the marbles. Everything that you did in the regular season to get to the playoffs, it doesn't matter. Because this is the only thing that matters.
That's true.
It's one game, and you got to go to the Super Bowl, man. One and done. It's one game.
My hot topic, and this is going to be a topic that we'll discuss throughout the show at a particular point, my frustration in regards to some NFL coaching moves or lack thereof.
Right.
So
that's funny.
We will talk about that. But as Mr. Crimson Tide brought up earlier, we're going to talk about some college football playoffs. First game, let's go ahead and just get right into it, Kelvin. You on the phone, know you ain't feeling too well, so let's go ahead and get you out the way.
Right.
But yes, what are your thoughts in regards to Oklahoma, the Alabama and Clemson game?
Well, I told you guys, man, Clemson going to start off trying to run the ball, which is what they do now that, Deshaun Watson was gone. So their quarterback doesn't have the accurate of an arm. So they depend on the running game to open up the passing game. But Alabama shut all that down. They knew coming in, we need to stop the run first and foremost. And that's exactly what they did. I think they only held Clemson to 200-some yards total, and they averaged over 400. So that's what I say. That's a good old-fashioned butt kicking right there that they gave Clemson. I was proud of my boys because they stepped it up on the defense, which is what I wanted them to do. And Jalen Hurts actually played a decent game. He didn't turn the ball over, which he normally doesn't do. And you can't do that when you're playing, a good team. So, and as Clemson found out, if you turn the ball over against a good team, you're going to lose. I mean, it's simple as that because good teams capitalize on turnovers. So, again, that was a difference in the game, really, with the turnovers. And that's how Alabama was able to win, man. I was proud of my boys. They did good. They did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Before we continue on, we got some new followers. Shouts out to BJ Jefferson. Also, shouts out to Jose Lito. He said, "Hey, yo, what's good?" So, hey, this the platform. This is your platform to speak about anything and everything on this show in regards to sports.
Yeah, man, come on in, man. You're welcome. Anything that's on your heart, that's on your soul about sports, hey, we're here to listen, man. Hey, let us know. If you disagree with us, Let us know.
Let's debate, baby.
Let's do it.
So, what are your thoughts about the performance by Alabama?
Hey, same thing, man. Just a little bit, just hard-nosed defense. It's just that's what I was saying last week is that Alabama has a pro caliber defense, and I just didn't, and just a pro caliber team all around that I think they would overmatch them, you know, and that's what they did. I mean, by God, did they do that?
I'm telling you.
Yes. So,
all right. So, Siddall, Kelvin, last week, what I said, Kelly, was that Kelly Wright?
Kelly Bryant.
I was like, I put him in the same boat a little bit as Baker Mayfield, which we discussed that game in a second. But I was saying it's all about making plays. Alabama shut that down.
Yep.
And now Alabama's running game wasn't elite like I thought it would have been.
Right, yeah.
But it all goes back to what I was told when I was a youngster at my old middle school, Gateway Christian. My coach, Travis Watkins, used to always say, offense wins games, but defense wins championships. And the way that Alabama put a hurting on Clemson, one thing that I didn't bring up that I should have thought about was the past few years when Clemson played Alabama. Kelvin, Siddall, can y'all tell me how long did Nick Saban have to prepare for that team or those teams at that time?
Shit, only a week.
Yeah, about a week.
Exactly. Alabama had over 30-something days to prepare for this trilogy.
Now, I would give you a little bit of trivia here. Nick Saban comes from the same coaching tree as Bill Belichick when Bill Belichick was the head coach of the Browns back in the mid-90s, right before the Browns moved over to Baltimore. So Nick Saban was a part of that, and he comes from the philosophy of preparation and, you know, everybody doing their job and so forth. So it's no surprise.
Right.
You know?
Right. So, like I said, Alabama Nick Saban, I'm going to say, had ample opportunity, ample video he could watch for a whole month of getting ready for Clemson, and Clemson was no match. Shouts out
Clemson wasn't prepared, man.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kelvin.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying that Clemson had no answer for that defense.
None.
No, there was nothing they could do. Like, you can look at Dabo on the sideline. It was like, it's nothing we can do. You know, he got mad at his quarterback, shot in his face.
Right.
That was the first time I've ever seen that.
Right.
So it was like he already knew right then and there.
And maybe I was wrong, you know, for saying last week. I did say Kelly Bryant, he had more upside than Deshaun Watson. He had more flair. I was dead wrong. He had no answer. Unlike Deshaun Watson.
The defense was too tough, though.
But Deshaun Watson was able to find a way to make the play. And Kelly Bryant did not do that the other night. He looked like he was shell-shocked. He was a freshman, and he is a junior.
Yeah.
But he was a freshman out there against Alabama the other day. And like you alluded to earlier, Dabo Swinney, he was on him. Like, come on, do something. Make something happen. And he did not do that.
Yeah, he was unable to coach him up at that moment.
Now, going back to your point, Kelvin, about Jalen Hurts, he didn't do a whole lot in regards to the game. He made the play when he had to, like the rollout play when he threw it to the big boy. I think he had two rollout plays like that. I mean, my grandma could have threw that kind of pass, you know, as wide open as they were. But when it came to him trying to have that pinpoint accuracy, trying to fit into holes, you know, he still didn't do that yet. Maybe because he didn't have to this past game. We'll see, because Georgia they're going to bring it.
Yeah,
They're gonna bring it.
Yeah, they definitely are gonna bring it, man. And best believe they're gonna be prepared because they've seen them before.
Mm-hmm.
They've seen them before, so it's not like they're coming in fresh with Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've been in the same conference. They know them very well. So it's going to be interesting to see how Alabama is prepared for this Georgia defense. My goodness.
Right. And BJ Jefferson says Alabama was healthy.
Yeah, that was a question about that. Yeah.
I know you were saying a lot about Fitzpatrick last week, right?
Yeah.
Or was it Kirkpatrick or Fitzpatrick you're talking about?
I think it was Kirkpatrick.
Okay.
Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
Fitzpatrick. Yeah, Fitzpatrick. I'm sorry.
And then BJ also says the defense was healthy. Anthony Westbrook, shouts out to you, man. Longtime friend of mine from way back when we was like 2 inches tall. He said true in regards to the layoff and having time to prepare. He said Alabama doesn't lose back-to-back.
No.
Saban, yeah, he don't play that. Let's see. BJ says Jalen Hurts needs QB training. I totally agree. I would say he'd go to the John Gruden camp, but John Gruden maybe
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But we should never assume about coaching moves.
Right.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh my goodness. So that was the Alabama side. We'll get to predictions in regards to the national title game in a second.
Yeah.
Now, what a incredible Rose Bowl game.
Yes.
Oklahoma with Baker Mayfield and his swag and his going down the sideline.
Right.
and Georgia.
Old-fashioned defense, hard-nosed, you know.
Well, I mean, actually, the first half defense, going to Georgia's side wasn't really there.
Right, yeah, well.
But they stayed in the game long enough to make their run and overcome Oklahoma. I mean, it was a great game. Baker Mayfield did his thing. But my issue with that game was early in the game, even going to the halftime, the coach from Oklahoma, tell me his name real quick, Kelvin. You know his name? The coach from Oklahoma.
Head coach from Oklahoma.
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley. Sorry about that, y'all. He came out with a lot of great packages, surprising plays, etc. But then going to the second half, it's like he just had like this big, I don't know, blank.
That's because he was unable to adjust. It's all about adjustments when you're coaching. Yeah, you can come out with your first 7 plays, and which a lot of offensive coaches have that.
Mm-hmm.
But during the game, you've got to read what the defense is doing and anticipate what they will do next and adjust. The defense, you had Kirby Smart over there. He made the adjustments.
Right.
As you've seen in the second half. So, I mean, Kirby Smart is a veteran coach. Lincoln Riley, I think, is his first year head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And it showed. It's all about coaching.
What's your thoughts, Kelvin?
Well, I mean, I think I was trying to write about how the game was going to go last week. I know I told you that Baker Mayfield was going to get his yards, but at the end of the day, the Georgia defense was going to step up. And when they, they did. They stepped up in the second half. And they pretty much shut Baker Mayfield down. I know the Georgia running backs, them dudes, 2-headed monsters, man. They are the real deal. And I don't know if Bama's going to have their hands full, but we'll get to that. But as far as the game, man, it was a really, really good game, man. I knew it was going to be kind of high scoring because of Oklahoma's defense and Oklahoma's offense. So, it was a high scoring game, great game. I enjoyed it. Generally, I don't watch Georgia because we're against that, but I watched that game. It was really good. So we'll see how the game will go next week.
Yeah. Shout out real quick. Shout out to James Siddall, right? My cousin from down in Texas. And then we got Just Rich that just tuned in.
Yeah, he came through last night at Word Up and did his thing. Shouts out to him and Therapeutics.
Yeah, man.
They came through. But going back, I know you said, Kelvin, that Georgia came through with that defense, shut them down. they did step up, but I feel like the play calling was suspect in the second half. And I think that Lincoln Riley was the reason why Baker Mayfield didn't make more plays. You know, like I told y'all last week, when it comes to the big game, the big moment, your best player needs to have that spotlight, needs to shine, needs to come through. And Lincoln Riley didn't allow his best player to shine at the crucial moments. Why would you run on a 3rd and 2, a jet sweep with the guy that barely had the ball the whole game?
It's just silly to me.
You know,
it's
stuff
silly.
Like that.
Silly is, you know, inexperienced. Well, I mean, he could get nervous too.
Getting on the X's and O's part of it. What Georgia did was pretty much they wanted Oklahoma to run the ball because they didn't want Baker Mayfield beating them downfield. So that's why the running back was really able to get off, you know what I'm saying, all those yards, because Georgia was like, well, you know what I'm saying, we're not going to let y'all beat us going downfield on these passes, you know what I'm saying. That's why, you know what I'm saying, even though, like I said, Baker Mayfield got his yards, they didn't let Baker Mayfield beat them. They wanted somebody else to beat them. But nobody else stepped up.
And, you know,
and that's what was the difference.
That definitely was. And that's Oklahoma's bread and butter all year was that downfield passing game. It's been their bread and butter all year. And they took it away. And they didn't have any answer for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
True.
But kudos to Georgia and that running game. Oh, my goodness. Chubbs and Michelle.
Hey, Nick Chubb is a beast, man.
Trying
to tell people, man.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to tell people about Nick Chubb.
Yeah, so for people who thought that, you know, it's going to be another down year for the SEC, guess who's going to be? Guess who's going to be in the national championship game?
Two of them teams from the SEC, man.
Yeah, but
it ain't over yet.
It ain't over. It ain't over. So, with that being said, and I'm sorry, Jose Lito says we need more black QBs. Y'all can run out that line, real talk. So,
I mean, they got a lot of black QBs,
right?
I tell you.
But a good point that just reading his comment, a lot of teams that has beaten, Nick Saban has been like that mobile QB who can, like I said, make plays. And, you know, I know you have a lot of, you know, brothers out there who can do some stuff. But maybe Baker Mayfield, if he was able to have the opportunity, it would have been interesting to see what would have went down. But unfortunately, it ain't going down anytime soon.
Yeah. Hey, Anthony says Jalen Hurts will be the downfall of the championship game.
Hey, Anthony, I said that. I said that he is their weakest link. If it gets to a point in which Alabama's running game gets shut down and it all falls back to Jalen Hurts, what is he going to do? I don't feel like he's going to step up and make the plays.
I think that's a good segue into our next thing. Who will win the national championship game Monday?
I guess we should go ahead and let's go right to Kelvin.
Kelvin? What say you?
Let's see if he provides us a non-biased opinion.
Right.
Well, I'll do my best, fellas, but this is how I see the game going down next week. So, of course, Georgia runs a pro-style offense, and with the defense that Nick Saban brings out, it is perfect for a pro-style offense. So, basically, what Georgia's going to do is depend on their bread and butter, which is running the ball. And with Bama getting back healthy, even though they lost another linebacker at the last game, their defensive line played outstanding. I think they're going to have to step up even bigger Monday, come Monday, because they're going to try to run the ball down the throat with those two-headed running backs. And what Bama's going to try to do, I think, is try to put the ball in Jake Fromm's hand, you know, true freshman, and be like, hey, you don't have to beat us, just like, you know, they try to do with Kelly Bryant. Jake Fromm's going to have to beat us. Jake Fromm's not a mobile quarterback like Kelly Bryant, so they could provide some issues, too, if Bama can get after the quarterback. So, as far as Alabama is concerned, it's the same way with Georgia. They're going to have to stop the run. They're going to put the ball in Jalen Hurts' hand. Jalen Hurts gonna have to step up. He's gonna have to play the game of his life come Monday. Because if he don't, I believe Bama's gonna go down. And it's as simple as that. He's gonna have to. I don't care if he makes plays with his legs or with his arms, but he's gonna have the game of his life to give Bama another championship. So I think it's gonna be a close game. I think, during the first half, I think it's gonna be low scoring. I don't think nobody's gonna score in the first quarter, maybe late second quarter. But the third and fourth quarters, man, is gonna be where I think people will have to, step up. It's going to be a physical game, but, at the end of the day, I think my Crimson Tide can beat them. So I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be I think Bama might win by a field goal. I don't think he's going to win because, there's a stat out there saying Nick Saban, beats all of his former assistants by more than 14 points. I don't think it's going to happen in this game, but I think with Bama, with Nick Saban knowing Kirby Smart, and they both know each other, but I think at the end of the day, that was going to squeak by. It's going to be close. It's going to be like Clemson game.
Okay.
It's going to be close.
All right. What's your thoughts?
I think Kelvin explained it beautifully.
Next segment.
Right. Next. A little bit of the same. It's going to be a defensive football game come Monday. I believe that at the end of the day, though, the way the lineups stack up, you look at the 11 on 11. I think Alabama's more talented. I think that it'll all come down though to again Jalen Hurts and how he plays down the stretch. He cannot turn the ball over. He makes smart decisions with the football. And make the plays when you can, because when that window of opportunity comes, you got to take it against a defense like Georgia. So at the end of the day, though, I believe Roll Tide all the way to the championship.
So far we got two people going for Roll Tide. So, shouts out to Damon Cox, former fellow co-worker at the job. Hope everything's going well with you, man. Please feel free to comment, give us your thoughts about the national title game coming up next Monday night. Shouts out to you once again. Much love. So, what does Trent Dilfer, when he won with the Ravens, and Peyton Manning, when he won with the Broncos, have in common?
They're both champions.
Yep.
But how did they win that game?
Yeah, the team had great defense.
Bingo.
And they were also considered at their stage of their career, they were considered what kind of quarterbacks?
Just what was that? What's called what will come out of my mouth?
Game.
I know exactly what you're talking. Game managers.
Game managers.
That is what Jalen Hurts is gonna have to be in regards to the national title game. As long as he is a game manager, doesn't try to be like Kurt Warner, and try to split the defense and try to find that window, and because that's when Georgia will come with that defense.
Yeah, the windows gonna close quick.
So as long as he is an effective game manager, I can see this game being. Remember when Alabama played LSU, it was about 5-6 years ago, and the game was like kind of pretty much slow pace, not a lot of scoring. I can see a game like that until
it'll be a typical SEC game.
Yeah. And I can see a game happening like that again, in which as long as the game is like that, Alabama is going to win because the game manager is going to come through and win. So, unfortunately, people, no big hoopla. We all have Alabama Roll Tide winning game. But please, everyone, feel free. Let us know
who y'all got, man. Let us know right now. Who y'all got right now in the national championship game?
Let us know and why. Give us some hardcore facts. Make us be like,
You better come.
Who has Georgia on here? Who has Georgia on here? We want to know that. We want to see if we got some various opinions here.
Kelvin said, point them out.
Yeah, point them out.
Yeah.
So as we stick with college football real quick, there was another game involving a so-called, I don't want to say mid-major, but it came from the American Athletic Conference. They faced off against a SEC team. I'm referring to the University of Central Florida. They had an undefeated season, and they beat in the playoff game. I'm sorry, in the bowl game, Auburn.
Auburn, yeah.
A great game. Great game. They riled up some feathers, and I had a lot of people saying, why wasn't they in the playoff? Why wasn't they there? And like I told you before, what was our main issue in regards to like the Wisconsin teams and whatever else, and the reason why they wasn't up there in the playoff?
It's because of the level of competition that they played all year. And that's the perception. Perception is the level of competition that they played all year. My thing is, if you play someone head to head and you lose, then you're out of consideration. But that's not how you pick. That's not how they decide to pick the four.
Okay, so this is what I want to do. Thanks to the power of the Google machine. I'm going to go ahead and read off who they played in the season, and y'all tell me, are they worthy of being in the Final Four? First game they played against a team called FIU.
Florida International.
Next game, they played at the time 19 seed Memphis. But where are they at right now? Memphis?
Well, Memphis played. They was 10-2 all of the year.
Okay.
They had a pretty good season.
Yeah, Memphis won a ball game, so I think they won a ball game.
They're decent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Next,
one good one. Okay.
They had a cancellation against Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
And then they played Maryland.
Well,
Ooh.
some team over there,
Maryland.
East Coast.
They had a cancellation.
It wasn't a basketball team.
They had a cancellation against Maine.
Maine. They have a football team?
Right.
Oh, okay.
What's the name of their mascot?
I have no idea. No idea. And then they played Cincinnati.
Bearcats. Again, not basketball.
Then they played East Carolina.
Mm.
Then they played
Pirates,
Yeah, they played Navy.
They got a good running game.
Then they played Austin P.
Huh?
Then they played SMU.
Oh yeah, Southern. Yeah.
Then they played Connecticut. Then they played Temple.
Yeah.
Then they played 23 ranked at the time South Florida.
Okay, that was a competition there.
Then they once again for the title played Memphis, and that game was 62-55.
That was a good game. No defense though.
So leading up to that game, from all the teams I just named, do y'all see a reason why they should have overcame Oklahoma or Georgia or Clemson to go to the college playoff?
I don't see anything.
No.
And then they didn't beat anybody during the season to warrant them any kind of consideration to be in the top four. They didn't beat any of the top 10 teams.
I just want to make sure that I wasn't missing anything, folks. A lot of people want to complain and say, oh, they should have been in there because they were undefeated. It's all about who you play and how well you did. And then also, if you played a team that was ranked number 2, like, for instance, Florida State. Remember when they played Alabama? They were like, what, number 2 or 3? And where are they at now?
Unranked.
Unranked.
Way down there.
It's all about your strength of schedule and how these teams were at the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all it is to it. So great season, UCF. If y'all schedule some better games next season, why don't you add a Big Ten team? Why don't you add a Pac-12 team?
That's the thing, you know.
Add an SEC team in your schedule.
If you're not in a Power 5 conference, you're going to have to. It's going to be hard to make the playoffs. You're going to have to schedule these games and then hope and pray that these teams agree to play you. Right. That's another thing. A lot of these top 5, these top conference teams, they don't want to play anyone. They want to play, the cupcakes out in Division II. To pad they schedule because they sitting pretty where they are. Right. They don't want to have that competition.
Right.
You don't see that. And these athletic directors don't want that. They want wins.
All right. So that was college football. Look forward to the national championship game. It'll be something if our pick was incorrect.
Yeah, well,
I look forward to
seeing
the Cowboys' response on that.
Don't like that. If you're gonna choose Alabama, you got to stick with them now.
Well, now let me stop.
Hey, I'm not loyal to anybody in college football. I like good competition.
There we go.
That's what I'm loyal to.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game, man.
Definitely.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So that was college. Now it's time for the big dogs, the NFL.
Oh yeah, man. This is my sport, man.
And it's going to be our platform pick-em results for the year.
Yes.
So, and
then we'll talk about, actually, we got something new coming up for the playoffs, and I'll explain that later. Right. Because this ain't over.
Oh, yeah. So, leading into week 17, I was 155-84, and you were?
And I was 154-85. So, I was down by one game. I needed two key games to either tie or win this thing. Let's see how we did.
Here we go. Drum roll, please.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Green Bay at Detroit. I had Detroit.
And I had Detroit.
Kelvin also had Detroit, and Detroit won. Houston at Indianapolis. I had Indianapolis.
I had Houston.
Kelvin had Indianapolis. Indianapolis won. Chicago at Minnesota. I had Minnesota.
I had Minnesota.
Kelvin had Minnesota. Minnesota won. Jets at New England. I had New England.
I had New England.
Kelvin had New England. New England won. Washington at the Giants. I had Washington.
And I had Washington.
Kelvin had the Giants, and Kelvin was the only one that won.
Right.
Dallas at Philadelphia. I had Philadelphia.
And I had Philly.
Kelvin had Dallas, and Dallas won.
Wow.
Cleveland at Pittsburgh. I had Pittsburgh.
I had Pittsburgh.
Kelvin had Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh won. Carolina at Atlanta. I had Carolina.
I had Carolina.
Kelvin had Carolina, and Atlanta won.
Yep.
That was a terrible game by Cam Newton.
Man, what was he? Yeah, you better clean this up real quick.
Him and Greg Olsen, they were not on the same page.
Not at all.
And it's a bad time to not be in sync.
Yeah.
Bad time.
You think?
Kansas City at Denver. I had Kansas City.
I had Kansas City.
And Kelvin had Kansas City.
Yeah.
Kansas City won. Jacksonville at Tennessee. I had Jacksonville.
I had Jacksonville.
Kelvin had Jacksonville. And Tennessee won.
That's the way it go.
San Fran at the Rams. I didn't want to do it, but I had to be smart. I'm trying to win this thing.
Yeah.
I had San Fran.
I had the Rams.
Kelvin had San Fran. And San Fran did win.
Man.
Once again, the Rams didn't play a lot of their starters, so I saw the writing on the wall already. Buffalo at Miami. I had Buffalo.
And I had Buffalo.
Kelvin had Miami. And Kelvin, you were wrong. Buffalo won. And Buffalo are in the playoffs. What an incredible scene it was at Miami for the Buffalo fans. Oakland at the Chargers. I had Oakland.
I had the Chargers.
I'm sorry about that. I had the Chargers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And Kelvin had the Chargers, and the Chargers won. New Orleans at Tampa Bay. I had New Orleans.
And I had New Orleans.
Kelvin also had New Orleans, and Tampa Bay won.
Yeah, surprise.
Cincinnati at Baltimore. I had Baltimore.
I had Baltimore.
And Cincinnati won. Arizona at Seattle. I had Seattle.
And I had Seattle.
And what was I thinking? Kelvin also had Seattle.
Arizona got that number, man.
Arizona, yeah, they did it up.
So your boy, because I made a silly pick and picked the Rams, not even just being stupid and not picking San Fran, being bullheaded.
He was going with his heart.
I was going to tie it, and it didn't happen.
Didn't work.
Nah, I see if I learned my lesson here. And then Houston, the Houston-Indy game, I picked Houston. That was a toss-up to me, but,
Naptown.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, I came up 3 games short in the regular season.
So, your grand total for the season
So, my grand total is 161 wins to 94 losses.
And mine for the inaugural platform pick'em for 2017, I was 166 and 91.
Hey man, that was good. I mean, no one got blown out. No. So I mean, that means we are right on it as far as the pick.
Yeah. So
but you know what?
It was fun.
You know what? But that was the regular season.
Oh, what you mean?
Oh, it's the playoffs.
What? Really?
Yeah, playoff pick 'em.
Oh boy.
And see, we got a caveat here. See, now we will have a playoff pick 'em. So how it works is we will all pick our team that we would think who we think will go on to the next round. However, each person will have a lock pick. This is a team that we think is a guaranteed win in that round. If that lock pick wins, we go on to the next round and we get to pick again and see if we can make it to the next round after that. If our lock loses, we're out of the playoffs. We're done.
Oh.
So that extra pressure is on. So we gotta make our picks and then pick the right lock. Pick the right lock. We go all the way to the Super Bowl. If we go all the way to the Super Bowl, let's say we pick the same team to win the Super Bowl. If we both win, we go to the Super Bowl. Then it all comes down to the final score.
Okay.
Yes. If the person that gets the closest to the final score, if that team wins, then that person wins the Super Bowl. If our 2 picks loses, we both lose the Super Bowl.
There we go.
But there only can be one winner.
There can only be one.
Or it could, and then all could be 2 losers too.
Right.
So the pressure's on both of us to pick the right teams and the right lock, and if it comes down to it, the right final score.
Here we go.
And that's how it works.
May the best man win. Last man standing, y'all.
Yes, first round here.
With that being said, once again, the playoffs start this Saturday. Our first 2 games we have Tennessee Titans versus the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead. Second game, the Atlanta Falcons versus, I almost said St. Louis, the LA Rams. There you go, the LA Rams.
They always gonna be St. Louis in my heart, y'all. I'm jaded.
Okay, so who do you have between Titans and the Chiefs.
Now, we will pick all of our picks first, and then at the end we'll pick our lock. All right. So the first game, Tennessee and Kansas City, I have Kansas City.
I have Tennessee.
Ooh. Yeah. All right.
And Kelvin, who you have?
Shoot, man. Chiefs.
Okay.
Okay.
Falcons versus the Rams.
I have the Falcons.
Whoa.
And I'll tell you why. It all comes down to that darn kicker. I don't trust him. I believe that what's his name? Ficken?
Something.
He's gonna be our bugaboo.
Really?
Yep. It's gonna come down to him and he's gonna choke. And that's why I pick Atlanta.
I'm going with the Rams. Reason being, Atlanta all season long really has not been in sync with their offense. And they're going to face a juggernaut of a defense led by the defensive MVP, Aaron Donald.
Yes.
Julio Jones are going to be facing off against Jermaine Johnson. That should be a great matchup. I do see Smoooth having an advantage against his counterpart. I believe it's going to be Nikel Robley, because Robley is like maybe 5'10", but Smoooth was like 6'5", 6'6". But Mark Burns should also be back because he's been out for a few weeks. This Rams defense, I feel, is going to make some noise, and the Rams are going to win that game.
Can I add this? Another reason why I picked the Falcons to win. The games between the good teams were scary, especially the game against Philly. I mean, they just made too many mistakes, too many rookie mistakes there, and they just didn't play up to potential. And they're a young team, they're inexperienced here in the playoffs, and I think experience does matter in many cases than not. And then Atlanta just came off of going to the Super Bowl
now,
and there's just too many mistakes that LA has always been made throughout the season, and I think they're going to do the same thing.
Now, I do want to bring this up. You just said experience matters. I'm not trying to compare both teams, but did experience matter for the 99 Rams?
I said more often than not, experience matters. And no, it didn't matter. In that situation, we're talking about the greatest show on turf, one of the greatest offenses in NFL history.
And that's why I say I'm not trying
to compare. One of the greatest
teams
in NFL history, one of the greatest stories.
Excuse me.
So that's like unfair to even compare them.
But like I said, I had to bring it up because, as you just alluded to, how you say experience matters. Sometimes just getting there matters.
That's true. It's only one and done. Anything can happen when it's one and done.
Right. Kelvin, who you have?
Yeah. I hate to say this, the Rams.
You hate to say it.
Hate to say it. Okay.
Now I hope the Rams win. Now, don't get me wrong here. I hope I'm wrong on that one. But
all right. So
kind of, because this is the playoffs. But yeah.
Now, since
they got a great defense, man, that's the only reason why I'm picking them.
Right. Now, Sunday's games. The first game is actually Bills versus the Jaguars. Second game, Panthers versus Saints.
Yeah.
So, who you have, Bills versus Jags?
I got Jacksonville. No doubt. That defense.
I have a feeling who Kelvin might choose, but go ahead.
Yeah, the defense is plays out loud. Now, the caveat, Blake Bortles, dude, you gotta wake the hell up and play some football. You can't go out there and just throw the ball all willy-nilly. As long as he doesn't lose the game for him, Jacksonville's got him. And Shady McCoy is out, more than likely, with an ankle injury. So, yeah, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville?
Yeah, he going Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Kelvin, go ahead.
I don't trust Bortles, man. Buffalo. They're gonna pull it out.
They're gonna blow them out?
No, I think they're gonna pull it out the win.
Oh, pull it out. Okay, pull out the win. Okay. Like you said, blow them out. Like, what? With who?
I have a feeling that Buffalo is going to win too. I'm going with Tyrod Taylor. You know, he has kind of like been that man that people didn't want to depend on or say he can do it. You know, even his own coach took him out the game and had another guy start for him because he wanted to try something different. But at the end of the day, Tyrod Taylor comes to play, comes to ball. This is a big moment for Buffalo. I can have them beating Jacksonville. At Jacksonville.
At Jacksonville against that defense, against them corners. That double, that tandem.
Yeah.
He's going to have a tall task.
I see Marvin Tobias. He put on here.
Hey, Marv, we played softball together way back when. So, yeah.
He says here, Bills. He said only if Tyrod throws more than 5 yards per pass.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And I mean,
shout out, Marv.
It's going to be tough because Jacksonville has one hell of a defense, so it's going to be tough. But as Kelvin was saying earlier, will Blake Bortles make enough plays as well? Because he might throw over 3 yards per pass.
Yeah. And 3 interceptions.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Last game.
All right.
For the first round, the wild card round.
Whee!
Panthers versus Saints. So once again, not a good game at all last week.
No.
By Cam Newton and them boys from Carolina. Kelvin, who you got winning that game?
Saints. Yeah. Saints got it.
Siddall.
I'm Saints, man. Man, you talk about Ingram and Kamara. My Lord.
Yeah.
Can't stop him.
I am also going with the Saints.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you ready for your lock?
I am ready for my lock right now. Now, my lock to go on to the next round is none other than the Kansas City Chiefs. I had to bounce them out all 4 games. Carolina, New Orleans, it's too much of a toss-up. You never know what's going to happen there. LA, Atlanta, same deal. Jacksonville, Buffalo, I would have picked Jacksonville to be my lock, but Blake Bortles, it scares me. It scares me too much. So Kansas City, I had to pick Kansas City. It's not the perfect pick, but I think down the stretch, Kansas City has shown signs of life.
Okay.
And they've shown signs of how they played at the beginning of the season. And I trust their players to make plays and Alex Smith not to make stupid plays. And Kansas City has more playmakers, I believe, than Tennessee right now.
Okay.
So, yeah, I pick Kansas City as my lock to go on to the next round.
All right. Do you have a lock, Kelvin? Or are you going to pass on it?
I'm picking the Saints as my lock.
Right.
I am going to lock horns.
Oh,
Rip the Rams.
You gonna ride them all the way.
I'm going to ride the Rams.
You gonna ride the wave, man.
I feel like Sean McVay is going to bring some offensive stuff that hasn't been shown in the regular season. And I also have a feeling, because we talked about this guy 2 weeks ago. I have a feeling that it's going to be the ultimate coming out party for Tavon Austin.
Tavon? Oh, you swerved. Yes. You did I thought you was getting ready to say Todd Gurley.
Oh no, he's already an automatic lock.
Okay.
I want to bring some sizzle.
Tavon Austin. You know what? That would be, there's always a player in the playoffs. Always that one guy that you talk about.
Yeah.
comes out of nowhere.
X Factor.
Just guy that just comes in and like, man, where did he come from?
Yeah.
That's him. Tavon Austin.
So I have
just like Ricky Pro, you know.
I have Sean McVay doing some things with that offense. The defense is gonna be solid. Once again, Burns gonna be back. Aaron Donald, the whole team is gonna be ready to go. The guy that had basically 2 weeks off, they're gonna be ready to go.
Man, the pressure's on. You know, I
wait.
feel the pressure. Like you know, the pick'em for the season was something.
It's pressure,
though. But pressure now to have that lock in there. That lock aspect changes everything. So yeah, because if our lock loses, we're done.
That's it.
Can't win the Super Bowl. This is the platform Super Bowl right here.
All right, and then Marvin says Saints are his lock. Best game would be Rams and Falcons, and it's gonna be such a big game. Of course, it's gonna be in LA. I got a feeling it's gonna be a sold out crowd finally. Like every seat.
You think so? I don't think so.
Finally,
that's my pick 'em. That the LA crowd ain't gonna come out. They ain't coming.
But see, the reason why is that this is gonna be their first game, their first night game.
It don't matter.
All season long.
It don't matter.
And not because of who's gonna be there, but it's gonna be on NBC. You're gonna have Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels,
and then you're gonna see empty seats in that mug. You gonna see empty seats,
but we'll see.
They gotta have a casting call of Rams fans to come on out to the game. You wouldn't have to worry about that if we were playing in the dome.
You ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying? That dome would be rock.
Man, that energy back in the day.
Man. I went to a game back when it was rock.
The whole place shaking.
I mean, but, it was so much fun to go.
Marvin, he laughing at me. He said, Austin, come out game. Let's see, Cup. Just like
I see Cup is making me nervous, man.
Cup, he'll make plays. But see, I won't be surprised if Cup make the play or Sammy Watkins make a play. But Tavon hasn't done anything all year long. Anything. That's why I said he's gonna have his coming out game and surprise some people. That's why I said Austin, because he hasn't done anything all year long. Teams are not gonna.
He's got the skills.
He got it, but he hasn't maximized his skills to be out there on that field and make plays like he should be doing, like a Deshaun Jackson and what's the guy from like Wes Welker used to do, and how Amendola was doing, and Julian Edelman. That's how Tavon Austin should have been if he was a little bit bigger. But still, he has to make plays, and I feel like he's gonna be the X factor for this game.
I hope you're right, but I don't think so.
All right.
I think the X factor is gonna be the kicker pick, and the X factor is gonna turn on us. Wide left, wide right.
So once again, your lock, the Chiefs. Kelvin is the Saints, and then mine are the Rams.
May the best man win.
May the best man win. So,
good luck, fellas.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
One more topic with Kelvin before he has to go to bed. He got a little sickness going on.
Eat some chicken noodle soup.
Put the salt on the side.
Right. With some orange juice on the side. With him.
Anybody want some orange soda? Okay, so Black Monday for NFL coaches.
Yeah.
Black Monday, if you don't know, basically means that after your last game on Sunday, Doomsday arrives, and you may not be employed if you are a coach.
Yeah.
And a few coaches have gotten the axe. John Fox with the Bears. Jim Caldwell with the Lions. Remember last week we talked about the Lions, Kelvin?
Yeah.
I told you he was going to be gone.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gone.
This one here, I think this was like years in the making. They didn't do it. They wanted to give him a chance, but I think they always wanted to get rid of him. And that was Chuck Pagano.
Yeah, he had a sympathy because, of his illness, cancer treatment and everything. But that wore off now.
Another person gone, Ben McAdoo from the New York Giants.
That he was gone. He was gone before Black Monday, though.
Another one, Jack Del Rio from Oakland. In which we're going to discuss that as well.
Yeah, we'll discuss that.
and then one retiring, in which if you didn't see it, check it out on ESPN or on YouTube. Bruce Arians from the Arizona Cardinals. I actually respected him.
Yeah, and I saw his football life on NFL Network, and it was pretty good. Eye opener it's all about perseverance and just sticking with whatever you love to do. You know, getting that head coaching job at age like 60, where at a time where he thought he was going to retire.
Right.
Just getting the head coaching job.
He made noise, but I think what hurt him was they depended too much on Carson Palmer.
Well, you know, he had NFL Coach of the Year two years in a row, and they went to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, but Carson Palmer wasn't that guy that was going to bring him over the hump. And now Carson Palmer just retired as well.
Yeah, he sure did.
And last week, we brought up that one Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, hey, congratulations on 15 years, Marvin. It's been a pleasure.
Right.
Wait.
Right. What had happened?
No, it says right here they just gave him a 2-year extension. I thought he was, but he didn't win a playoff game in 15 years.
He has one playoff game his freaking career.
He's 0-7. And he gets a 2-year extension on top of the 15 years?
Yeah.
I mean, need we say more?
Where can I get that job? I can stay, and I get any results for 15 years and fatten my pockets, man. Hey, I want that job, man. Where can I get one of them?
I mean, it's truly amazing. After all this time, you didn't get one playoff win. You barely win primetime games on national TV. And you get an extension to stay 2 more years.
You can't even control your own players. Remember that meme I showed you a couple weeks ago?
Yep. Yep. And see, that is setting a bad precedent for the NFL and the coaching carousel. Think about it. Excuse me. Think about it. Jeff Fisher stayed on with the Rams for what, 5 years?
5 years.
Didn't even get a sniff of playoff life.
Not one.
The coach from let's see, what's his name? Go back up. John Fox. He been with the Bears for just 3 years.
That's it.
Gone. Jim Caldwell. Been with the Lions.
He won a Super Bowl with the Colts.
Been with the Lions for like 3-4 years. Gone. Who else? Chuck Pagano. I think he actually won a playoff game.
Yeah, he sure did.
Gone. But you have the audacity to keep a guy for 15 years and have not won one playoff game.
Now, see, they kept people like Bill Belichick for like that around that time. But he won what? How many Super Bowls? 5?
Right.
You know, you also talk about the Steelers. You know, you talk about longtime Steelers head coach. Oh my Lord, his name is escaping me. Went to the Super Bowl against the Cowboys, but he won against the Seahawks. Remind me of his name. You can't even think of his name.
You say he won what now?
Right, he talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach.
Pittsburgh head coach.
The head coach now?
Yeah. No, back in the day.
Back in the day.
Before him.
Bill Cowher.
Yes. Lord, what's going on with me?
Right, Bill Cowher.
Bill Cowher, man.
Before.
Yeah, now see, he stayed there that long, but hey, he's been to the NFC Championship games, been to Super Bowls, and won Super Bowl.
Right.
This man hasn't won a playoff game, and you keep him on for 15 years. I mean, man.
Marvin Tobias says he got dirt on somebody.
Right. He's got to have something. He's got to have something like, you better not fire me. I'm going to tell everybody.
I mean, because 1 second, everyone was saying, oh, he's going to retire. He's going to leave. He's going to step away. He's going to take a different position. But now he signed a 2-year extension to still be mediocre.
Unbelievable.
Go ahead, Kelvin.
No, I said not 1, but 2 years.
Right.
That's ridiculous, man.
I mean, it's like
what is really
Cincinnati.
going on?
What do y'all want to do? Like, are y'all trying to stay the same course?
Y'all trying to win? Y'all want to win? I mean, that's why they're talking about these openings, and they're talking about the best places to go, and the best places to go are the teams that have the best ownership. We'll talk about that later. I have a feeling about that.
Okay,
about ownership.
Going back. Oakland Raiders.
Now,
excuse me.
We can't assume anything, as we just talked about Marvin Lewis now.
Right.
But there are strong opinions out there by many great sources and many great football people, reporters, that say one John Gruden, former head coach of the Oakland Raiders, and the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers, will be coming back to the sidelines to coach once again at Oakland, soon to be Las Vegas. Now, not only that, but they have also offered him partial ownership, sources say, to the team. Now, if this goes down, now, and also I should add, I saw some of the interviews that he responded to. He didn't say no. He didn't say no flat out. He
said if he was offered, he'll take it.
Well, now he was saying that he's been through the process, and he said it's all up to Oakland to make that decision.
It's like they haven't already.
Right.
So that leads me to believe that he's interviewed and everything. And he said, matter of fact, yes, he did. He said he had a great conversation with one of the personnel there.
Sure, the owner.
Yeah, the owner. Yeah, but yeah, Mark Davis, matter of fact. So if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck,
quack, quack,
shucky ducky. That'll be dope. Because I like John Gruden as a coach.
Yeah, but not as an owner at all. He should not get any kind of stake. I don't care if it's well done.
You know what Bill Parcells,
medium rare.
You know, he did say it was false though. That wasn't true.
Right.
But
he said he don't know where that came from. That's not true at all. But is it? That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say this.
Is it?
Bill Parcells once said, when they was asking him about, because he got your head coaching job at the Cowboys and a GM, and he said, well, hey, if I'm going to cook the meal, might as well be able to buy the groceries as well.
Yeah, but going back to coaching, when he goes to Oakland, that's gonna be great for Raider Nation. The biggest issue that I have, a lot of people hasn't really brought up, and Stephen A. Smith brought this up on the show. They already saw the writing on the wall, the Raiders, in regards to who they wanted. What's the point of having this freaking Rooney Rule there? The Rooney Rule was implemented by the owner from Pittsburgh Steelers,
Dan Rooney,
Dan Rooney, in which we always saw a team wanted to go ahead and hire this guy, that guy, but didn't give minorities a chance to interview. I feel like these teams, they're not even honoring this rule. It's like, okay, we know who we want, but let's just go ahead and holler at Jose real quick. Let's go ahead and holler at this guy here, just to see what's happening.
Or one person in particular, Panthers defensive coordinator Steve Wilks, African-American guy. And a lot of football people say that he's ready to coach right now. And they are curious as to know if he's getting a fair shot.
Right.
Is he just getting called in for a Rooney Rule, or is he really being serious about him? But everybody says that he's ready right now.
And see, like Stephen A. Smith said, teams like Oakland, they should be getting penalized and fined heavily for already putting it out there that they want Gruden before you even give another guy a chance. And we ain't talking about just the brothers, but
anybody.
You said minorities.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be part of the rule. And if you don't go by the rule, that means you should be getting penalized for that.
Definitely. But it's the same league that blackballed a player for standing up for for things that are outside of football, and basically said, no, I don't care how well you can play. You're not playing in this league because we say so.
Right.
Oh, we're not blackballing them though.
Nah, not at all.
So you're talking about the same league that does that, and you think they're gonna honor a Rooney Rule?
Oh, and this is the same league that P. Diddy is trying to claim ownership to a certain team.
But you know what? The ownership is not going to approve that. They're going to block it. Nah, we don't want him in our ranks.
What's your thoughts on that, Kelvin, before we let you go?
Well, I heard talks a lot of people just saying, Oakland just pay the fine and just be done with it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to follow the Rooney Rule. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be a waste of time. They already got their coach. The coach already said, hey, they offer it to me. Strongly considering, which means he already got the job. They probably talked money and all that already too.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Basically, they might well don't try to interview. Just pay the fine, however much that is, and be done with it. But as far as the Rooney Rule, man, yeah, something needs to be done. Either follow it or have guidelines to it, or just get rid of it. Because right now, as you see, it's not really working right.
Right. So, bottom line, that's it right there. A lot of coaching moves about to happen in the next few days or so. But, Kelvin, just want to say, man, appreciate you still joining us today. I know you, like I said, you're not feeling that well, but we appreciate you being on the show still. And
yeah, man, appreciate y'all having me, man. It was fun.
All right, it's all good, man. Much love. And hopefully we'll see you on the show maybe next week to discuss the national championship game and the divisional round in the NFL.
Yeah, man. Be more happy. Yeah, there's always more happy to talk about all the NFL action and how you guys lost your locks.
Oh, the trash talk! I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Hey, you get one crimson win.
All I gotta say is I'll have a box of Kleenexes if Alabama loses, man. I'll have.
Oh man,
I
appreciate it because I'm running out right now. So yeah.
All right, man. So
yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man.
No problem, man. You be easy, bro.
All right, y'all take it easy.
All right, man. Yes, indeed. That was a good discussion with Kelvin.
Yeah.
And now, as far as our next guest, hey, Josh Stanton, he is on his way. He's run into some technical problems, but he's going to be here. Going to be a little late, but he should be here shortly.
There we go. But in the meantime, you keep on going because the show must go on.
Indeed.
College basketball, top 25.
Oh, we getting to college basketball now.
Oh, yeah. So, 25, we have Clemson.
24, Florida State.
23, Tennessee.
22, Arkansas.
21, Seton Hall.
19, Gonzaga.
Oh, wait a minute, 20.
20, Gonzaga. What am I looking at here? This is crazy.
Oh, I see what yours did.
Yeah, it's tied up.
They're tied. So tied at 19 for some reason.
Right.
Cincinnati and Gonzaga.
Right.
18, Texas Tech.
17, Kentucky.
16, TCU.
15, we have Miami, the U.
14, Arizona.
13, Purdue.
12, North Carolina.
North Carolina. We got number 11, we have Texas A&M.
At number 10, we have KU.
Number 9, Wichita State.
Number 8, Virginia.
Number 7, Oklahoma.
Excuse me. Number 6, West Virginia.
Number 5, Xavier.
Number 4, Arizona State.
Number 3, Villanova dropped.
You're right. They sure did. Number 2, Duke.
And number 1, Michigan State.
There we go.
Spartans.
And locally, Mizzou, they began SEC play tonight against Kakalaki, South Carolina. At South Carolina, it's going to be a great game. South Carolina was one of the 4 teams that made it to the Final Four last year.
Mm-hmm.
They are a tough team headed by Frank Martin. He's that coach that's always serious, always into his guys, make sure they play a hard game, every possession.
Single game.
So, Kyle Martin, you have a tough task against you, but hopefully you and Mizzou can go out there and make some noise. So, they play, I believe, at 8 o'clock tonight.
Yep.
So, after the show, I'll be watching this game and also another game tonight in the NBA. As well. Which leads to our
to
next
the NBA.
There we go. Our next segment, NBA.
One person came back to play.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Dude.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Talk about that in a minute. Oh, yeah. So, you want to go ahead and start with the West?
Let's go the best in the West here, all right? Well, the worst in the West first.
Right.
Number 15,
wow,
the Lakers.
It's
What
amazing.
is going on? They've lost 7 straight
games.
My goodness. Number 14, the Grizzlies. Number 13, the Kings. Number 12, the Mavericks. Number 11, the Phoenix Suns. At number 10, we have the Utah Jazz. At number 9, creeping on the come up, we got the Clippers.
4 in a row.
4 in a row.
And Blake Griffin is back.
He's back. I don't know how much of a difference he's going to make.
Big difference. Big difference. He should. He should.
Number 8, the Pelicans. Number 7, the Trailblazers. Number 6, the Nuggets. Number 5, Thunder. Number 4, Timberwolves. Number 3, the Spurs. Number 2, we got the Rockets. And then number 1, and with a healthy Steph Curry, the Warriors.
Now, you said a healthy Steph Curry. Rockets are in trouble. Because James Harden, he's going to be out. Excuse me, right now for 2 weeks with a thigh issue.
Wow.
He's supposed to be reevaluated in 2 weeks. So it's not even guaranteed that he'll play in 2 weeks. So he may be out a stretch of time.
That's not good.
And that's not good at all.
That's bad timing.
For the Rockets. Let's go to the East.
The beast of the East. We're not a wimps of the East right now.
Right. We have the Atlanta Hawks. 14, the Orlando Magic. 13, the Bulls. 12, the Hornets. 11, the Nets. Man, the Nets over the Hornets. 10, the 76ers. Number 9, the Knicks. Number 8, the Pacers. Number 7, the Heat. Number 6, the Bucks. Number 5, the Wizards. They're coming on.
Yeah.
They're coming on. They're trying to impress me again. They're trying.
They trying, man.
Number 4, the Pistons. Stan Van Gundy got them boys playing.
Hey, they staying consistent.
Number 3, the Cavaliers. And we're going to discuss them in just a few seconds.
Okay.
Number 2, the Raptors. And back at number 1, or still at number 1, should I say, Boston Celtics in a 3-game winning streak. So, we talked about Boston real quick, but you want to allude to someone coming back for the Cavaliers.
Yes, after a long layoff, he played for the first time, I believe, last night.
First time in 7 months.
First time in 7 months, Isaiah Thomas.
What a game.
Made his debut as a Cleveland Cavalier. Now, played a great game, but the question is, there is a certain game on tonight that we have all been waiting for.
Yes.
But there is a caveat to this game. You want to explain what I'm talking about here, Smoooth?
Well, first, going back to last night's game.
Okay, let's go back to last night's game.
It was incredible to see Isaiah Thomas back. He played 17 minutes and had 19 points. First game in 7 months. The spark that he brought to that team, the energy that he brought to the team brings a whole nother dimension to the Cavaliers' arsenal, should I say. It was great to see him play, and he had 19 points, and he really wasn't fully his full self yet. So just imagine in about 2 or 3 weeks, maybe by this time next month, how well he gonna play and how the team plays around him. Cavaliers are gonna be scary.
It's all about chemistry now. You've already seen what happened over there in OKC. Now, just because they have great players doesn't mean they'll play well together. But this may be different.
Right.
Now, the caveat I was talking about, now they are going to play the Boston Celtics tonight. But Tyronn Lue has stated that he will not play Isaiah Thomas in this game.
Right.
Why? Why not? People want to see this. If you played him last night, why not play him tonight?
Well,
what's the difference?
It's a couple things.
Why not just keep him out last night, have his first game tonight? It's silly to me. Why?
Well, one thing is they didn't expect the onslaught that he brought out last night. If they would have expected that to happen, sources is that he would have had his first game against Utah 2 games ago, would have been off last night, and then would have played tonight. But their mindset was
silly. Why can't you just play him back to back? That's stupid.
Because right now he's on a minute restriction, and he's also on a back-to-back game restriction.
Somebody's scared. Somebody is scared.
They also, and trust me, it ain't Isaiah Thomas.
It ain't. No.
It definitely
ain't Isaiah Thomas.
But
I'm talking about the coach.
Now he said that he could have, played Isaiah Thomas tonight in regards to switching things up. But he knew that Isaiah Thomas would have came back to Boston emotional and probably would have given even more extra effort. Not saying it would have caused him to, get injured again, but they didn't want him to go that extra mile that I'm pretty sure, knowing the way Isaiah Thomas is and how he felt about the trade and leaving Boston, he would have given that extra mile maybe too soon. That's what they're saying is the reason why he really didn't play. But if they would have known,
then why play him? Then why play him at all? Then, dude, if they're worried about him having minute restrictions, why just sit him out until he's fully recovered? Then,
well, he's fully recovered.
You got a Maserati and say, well, I'm just gonna go 30. I'm not gonna. No.
I mean,
I just got this car. Nah. I don't want to scratch it up.
He's fully recovered, but at the same token, he has to get in game shape, in NBA game shape, not practice or scrimmage game. It has to be a process. So you can't just automatically have him come in and play 40 minutes in the game. It's a process.
Hold him out. Last night's just hold him out that game. You know who you're coming up. Put him in there in that game.
And hey, I totally agree with you. I wish he would have played tonight. That would have been perfect theater. But the Cavaliers do play at Boston again next month. That's
the things that franchises and coaches do.
Yeah, but hey, we'll see.
So silly.
We'll see him back in Boston next month. Shouts out to Shauna West Cox, fellow church member.
All right.
She actually had a wonderful sermon this past Sunday as well. So shouts out to you. Welcome to the platform. Once again, this is about sports. So when it's about sports,
it becomes our business.
Please feel free to just talk and give me a comment. Let us know what's on your mind in regards to sports. You should see the topics on the top of our screen. So let us know what's going on. So once again, Cavaliers, Celtics, they're actually playing right now. Boston is up 42-32. They're playing at Boston. It's a high, let's see. It is a national televised game. A lot of high energy. Kyrie against the Cavaliers. He's hungry.
Oh, yeah, you know it.
And
it gotta be.
Hey, I expect a good game. With Isaiah Thomas not playing, it takes away a little bit of the luster from the game. can LeBron James and D Wade and them find a way to come back down 10? Well, actually, they're now down by the 7. And beat Boston, we shall see. But Cavaliers Celtics Part 2 going on right now. So check them out.
All right.
Up next, what we got?
All right, we got hockey, y'all.
Hockey.
Yeah, man. And you know what? We're going to go start in the West once again.
West Coast.
West Coast, NL Central. The Winnipeg Jets are in first place. They've overtaken the Blues by 1 point. They're up 53, Blues 52. Predators 51. They have the Stars at 47, Wild at 45, Colorado Avalanche at 43, Blackhawks at 42. In the Pacific Division, we have the Golden Knights holding strong in first place, 56 points, most points in the West. And we have the Kings at 53, Sharks at 46, and Ducks at 46. Calgary Flames at 42, the Oilers at 37, and the Canucks at 37, and the Coyotes are struggling at 23.
Yep. It's amazing, man. First year team, Las Vegas Golden Knights, and they are on top of the West and currently riding a 8-game winning streak.
You know, I think just across all sports, the way they construct expansion teams is a whole lot different now than when they used to. When they had an expansion team back in the day, they were terrible. They just get all the players,
right.
The also rans and the people they don't want on these teams. Now they have a competitive pool of players.
Right. And what they did is you have your certain amount of players that you can protect on each team. Then the guys who, of course, aren't protected, Las Vegas can go ahead and draft them. And that's what happened. So, and Las Vegas is balling right now.
Draft.
Now, in the Eastern Conference, start off in the Atlantic Division, the Lightning leading all of NHL with 60 points. Bruins right behind, 10 points behind with 50. Yeah. Maple Leafs, 48. Panthers, 39. Red Wings, 37. Canadiens, 36. Senators, 32. Sabres, 29. In the Metropolitan Division, Capitals, 53. Devils, 51. Blue Jackets, 49. Rangers, 47. Hurricanes, 44. Islanders, 44. The reigning, defending, undisputed champs, 2-time Penguins.
They don't look like it.
43 points. Flyers at 40. Penguins may be tired, man.
They're tired.
You know, 2 years in a row.
Physically tired?
Yeah, 2 years in a row, going deep into the playoffs and winning. And they got to come back and, try to defend your crown. And hockey,
physically and mentally tired.
It drains you. It really does.
It's a tough sport. It's like next to football.
Yeah. We still have to make plans like going to a hockey game, man.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, let's do it, man.
And the Blues are trying to come out of their rut. They still have some guys injured, but some other guys are stepping up. They called up some guys from the minor leagues, making plays. So we'll see what's up, man. Keep going, Blues. Up next, we got wrestling.
Man. And hey, I got 2 words for Raw to sum it up.
I got
2 words. These hands.
Uh-oh.
If you see Raw, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, buddy.
So with Raw, man, we've had what I'm talking about. I'll just tell you. One of the highlights of Raw was Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
He had a segment where he fought Rhino and his protege was out there in support, Heath Slater. And so Rhino was, the whole idea was that Rhino was to show the young guy how tough you should be against a tough opponent like Braun Strowman, but things didn't go as planned.
Right.
Rhino is, I don't know how many, he's not a small guy.
No, he ain't.
He was getting tossed like a rag doll, folks. He was getting tossed around. getting beat up. At one point, he was so beat up, Heath Slater came on the apron and said, "Come on, boy, get up, Rhino, get up." And Braun Strowman just looked at him like, "What are you doing? Get in here." And he's like, "Oh, no, I don't want to get
I'm
here.
good. I'm good."
So he kind of, Braun Strowman casually walks over to the announcer's table, grabs a mic, say, "Look, cheerleader, either you get down or shut your mouth, get on the floor, or you step in the ring and get these hands." Like Rhino. I'm like, wow, that's the realest thing he said. Right. Get these hands.
I wonder who he stole that from.
He must have been hanging around the Usos.
Someone.
Somebody.
Had to be a brother, though.
It had to be a brother, man.
I'm sorry.
Hey, the Usos are some brothers. They Samoan, but they some brothers, too.
Right.
But, I mean, he just flat destroyed them both. He proceeded to yank him in the ring and give like 3 or 4 of his finishing move on him and just destroyed him. It was just a lovely sight to see. But that was one of my highlights that I thoroughly enjoyed from Raw.
Another one, Cesaro faced off against Jason Jordan.
Oh yeah, see Jason Jordan. With Jason Jordan, he comes out here, he's acting all cocky.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, I'm the man now.
But he forgets that, hey, he's a part of a team.
Right. And not Team Jordan.
Not Team Jordan. Tag team. And so he runs his mouth. He steps in. First, Cesaro and Sheamus comes down, and they had a problem with Kurt Angle making the match against him. They said he showed favoritism because it's his boy. Mm-hmm. And, of course, Jason Jordan had to say something, so he ran down to the ring and puffed out his chest and talking about, hey, I fight right now, and this, that, and the third. While he's doing that, out comes Seth Rollins, kind of look at him like,
"Dude, what you doing?
What is you doing? Oh, no, baby, what is you doing?" He's like, "Look, this is not how you act. You're a part of a team now. You can't act so self-absorbed," as he said. And basically he said, "You know what? Kurt Angle said, okay, we're going to make a match. Cesaro, Jason Jordan right now." Seth Rollins said, "All right, I'm in your corner, but I'm in your corner because you're going to lose." And, lo and behold, by some strange luck, Sheamus got sidetracked and got beat up by Seth Rollins because, of course, Sheamus tried to get in there and try to interfere.
Right.
And lucky enough, Jason Jordan was able to hit Cesaro with this finishing move, whatever he calls it, suplex, neck breaker, whatever it is. And 1, 2, 3, the match is over. He won. Looked up. He's all happy like he won the championship. And Seth was like, "Dude, you still don't get it, do you?"
No.
Nah, he doesn't.
And see, something's going to develop between Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins. Something. It's going to be just a matter of what is going to develop.
I think
is this going to be like a slow way to getting Jason Jordan to be a heel?
I think that's the case.
Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Another match that happened, Asuka finally faced Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
And showed why Asuka is the Woman of the Year in the WWE.
It was a dead crowd for this one.
It was.
It was dead.
It was. And the reason why is because, and this is what I don't like.
It was no build-up, really.
This is what I don't like is you can't have a champion play the role of being scared, like, "Oh my gosh, I'm timid." Excuse me. That wasn't what Alexa Bliss has been about when she was a champion, from SmackDown to now. She's always been there. "I don't care. Let's get it. Let's fight." But the moment Asuka comes into the ring, she just, I just stay out here in the ring and I'll just play patty cake, No. It doesn't go down like that. I'm sorry. And the match showed in which Asuka was pretty much the dominant one in regards to the whole match. So it's going to be pretty interesting when Asuka enters in the inaugural Women's Royal Rumble match and see how she can do against 29 other women.
Yeah, got to see.
Got to see.
And, Asuka did look impressive, and overmatched Alexa Bliss, really. There was no fanfare. I think it's no build-up, and I think that's why the crowd was dead as it was.
Right. And, that's been a big issue recently with WWE is it has been a lot of good build-ups.
Okay. Hey, before we make any moves right now,
okay,
I just have word we have someone here. Yes.
Okay.
So I think they're outside waiting.
Okay. Let me go ahead and make sure that my lovely assistant, Tay, go ahead and bring them down here. Let's see here. There we go. So, because we are talking about some women, so it would be ironic,
right,
that he would go ahead and come at the same time. We talking about women of the WWE. Another match, which was a good match, and he's been getting a lot of good reviews over the last few weeks now because he's been putting on some solid matches. Yes, that is Roman Reigns.
Yes. Yeah, I gotta agree.
Yeah. He has been, they've been grooming him to be like the next John Cena, etc. But with Brock Lesnar, not always on the show, and of course he don't wrestle on Raw for real, just the pay-per-views. He's been having solid matches from
definitely
Jason Jordan to Cesaro to even the guitar. Elias Sampson. Great matches, and for 2 weeks in a row, going back and forth with Samoa Joe. And it was a
promos
match.
That promo was pretty good. Roman Reigns is starting to get better as the promo. I think Samoa Joe is bringing the best out of him on that one. Hey, did you notice in the promo Samoa Joe was taking stabs at Dean Ambrose?
Yeah.
Was also taking stabs at Renee Young?
Yeah.
Because he said last night that I made Dean Ambrose a stay-at-home husband where his wife had to pay the bills.
Right.
And you can see Renee like, oh, what? Hey, somebody's in the building.
Man, without any further ado, everyone.
Fashionably late, but here in the getaway. None other than comedian, singer, all around wonderful performer extraordinaire, Mr. Josh Stanton in the building.
What's up with you, dude? Welcome to the getaway, man.
Man, look, it took how many months?
Right.
Years?
Too many.
Finally here.
Too many.
My goodness.
Finally.
See if you're right in the headphone.
Am I right in the headphone?
Yes, you are.
I'm right in the headphone.
Definitely, man.
So, yeah. Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah, but you came at some time. We're talking about.
He came right at the time.
Oh, y'all talking about Raw last night?
We talking about Raw, man. Yes.
Yeah.
I had 2 words for Raw.
Mm-hmm.
These hands. What was your thoughts on that, man?
We, the members of the Black delegation here, make a bid for Braun Strowman.
Right.
Who do we trade? Booker T. He's been getting on my nerves.
Right, yeah, Booker T. You gonna trade?
Booker T's been getting on my nerves.
Yeah, you trade him. Man.
So yeah, it was. It was interesting. I had to rewatch it. Now I walked in and you were talking about the savageness of Samoa Joe.
Savagery. He's been savage.
That's the second week he's done it.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember what he said last week, but he's straight.
I know he said something about
stay-at-home husband, living off of his wife's paychecks.
Right.
In front of his wife.
I was about to say, for those of you who
front of
don't
his
know,
wife.
To his wife's face.
Yes.
And he made so solid eye contact. Just looked at her. Like, yeah. I'm talking about.
Yeah, I said that. I said that.
it's like I feel like that's one of those genuine unscripted moments.
Yeah,
and her reaction was priceless.
And because she didn't know, she didn't see
We
it.
we need stuff like that to happen more often.
And that's what used to happen before you had all these writers in the building.
Right, the Stone Cold and the Rocks, all them.
That was off the top of the dome. Some writers wasn't piping Stone Cold nothing to say.
Right.
You're like, what the hell is this?
Right.
You just threw the script right in his face.
Yeah. Bottom line. The bottom line.
The bottom line.
It's
man. So
times were cooler back then.
Going back to the women, man. How do you feel about Asuka right now and how she's been used so far?
I'm just waiting on that title match. I'm surprised she didn't have a title match.
Right.
I'm disappointed in the Asuka versus Emma for her first match.
Yeah, that was
against Emma, who is no longer with the company.
Right.
No.
So,
oh my bad.
Right.
She doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah, she was
hardcore.
Right.
She's supposed to be this beauty queen, but they didn't roll it out.
She was a beauty queen for all of 5 minutes.
Yeah. Didn't even come out as
for all of like 5 promos, packages.
And then she came out, I am Emelina. And then she was gone.
Right.
And then she came back as Emma.
I'm like, they just messed that whole thing up.
They messed it all the way up,
man. It's what they're doing, man. The writers is just thinking too much.
Yep.
Hey, so you said she needs a title match. Do you think that she would win the first ever Women's World Rumble and get that title match?
Well, that's tricky because her whole shtick is being undefeated.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if she's in the Royal Rumble match, she would have to win because I guess technically she would be defeated then. But it depends on it depends on nothing. She would technically be defeated.
Yeah, she would.
And that's her thing. So yeah, I see Asuka winning. I see that happening. I'm predicting that this whole Alexa Bliss Nia Jax thing is gonna go down like Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. And we all know how that ended.
Yeah.
You were never my best friend. So that's gonna happen. And hopefully
I also see a Latino Heat China thing. And a Euro China thing, the odd couple kind of deal, like how they get together.
Yeah, that's I'm disappointed in how they're using Nia Jax as well. Nia Jax is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Nia Jax should be right now on her way to being the longest reigning Raw Women's Champion.
I think it all comes down to those like looks things, but really, I mean, she looks good.
Because we talked about this on Sunday. Yeah. I believe that WWE is taking the direction of we're not giving you what you want, and what we want is what's obvious. Braun Strowman is a beast.
Right.
He is the monster among men.
Yeah.
He picked up Rhino like a trash bag.
Talked about this.
Full of dry leaves. Picked him up like it was nothing.
Nothing.
Slammed him down like it was nothing.
Like a sack of potato. Just
and hey, stop. What title has he won? Smoooth. What title has he won? It's okay. Take your time.
I don't think he actually has won a title.
He hasn't won a title.
No.
I'm just. I'm disappointed.
And they couldn't put him
in the tag team
and Brock Lesnar 1-on-1. They had to throw in Kane.
I mean, well, they've done that already.
Right.
Brock got manhandled by Braun Strowman.
Yeah, that's why.
And then hit like one F5 and the match was over.
They put Kane in the
like one F5 and the match was over.
Hey, come on, man.
Yeah, that was too. And I was talking about that. I was so
disappointed.
You need to get a
in that
rematch.
Match. Though. That's what I
was highly disappointed in regards to that Lesnar and Strowman match, because what Strowman did at SummerSlam was what I was expecting him to do more of, and you had the one-on-one match with Brock Lesnar, but they held him back, and I didn't like that at all. And then, like you said, for him to have a one F5 and you down like that.
If I remember correctly, didn't Braun put Brock through the announce table?
Yeah.
And that was it. That should have been it. I don't know what grip Brock has on Vince McMahon's
right.
But he
It's about time he give up that title, man.
He's a fighting champion for real because the only time he fights
is
for the championship.
Right.
Yes.
And no other time. Just, there's no Raw match.
No.
That's a lie. The only Raw match he had was for the title. The day after WrestleMania, when Seth Rollins did something that had never been done before.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated it because I'm going to say this. I'm pulling for Roman Reigns. I like Roman.
Uh-oh.
Roman's
unpopular opinion.
I like
if you follow the Nation of African American Wrestling on Facebook, the unpopular opinion.
I do. Unpopular guy.
Unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion. Roman Reigns. And you got to give him his credit. He is a Grand Slam champion.
And I would just say,
Grand Slam champion?
What did I just say about Roman Reigns? He's been getting a lot of good reviews about his recent matches over the last month.
Oh yeah, he's been great.
And
matches. I've been a Roman Reigns hater, and I can't.
They're forcing him down our throats. Yeah, and it's starting to taste good. So
right,
because he's held every championship that he's fought for.
Right.
United States, Intercontinental. Well, nope, not every. We're still waiting on that Universal.
Still waiting on
that Universal. I believe that's going to happen.
But he's got a major championship.
Yeah, he's held every original major championship. Right. He held the tag team titles before they did the brand split, which I don't like. Well, I do like the brand split, but
it's the way they do things sometimes.
It's the way they do it, especially with pay-per-views.
Yes.
I feel like pay-per-views should be joint.
Because if not, then they just look like another SmackDown or Raw. It's stupid.
I don't like that they got rid of Pyro.
Right.
Because without Pyro, Brock Lesnar just looks stupid.
Nah. Yeah. The whole intro. Same thing like with AJ Styles. You don't see the.
You don't hear it either. All you hear
Right. Yeah. That
or that Kane with that fire, man.
Right.
Oh, the fire isn't there anymore.
Nope.
Well, it's not on the stage, but they still have it on the ring post.
They still have it on the ring post?
No.
I haven't seen it.
No.
There's no fire at all.
No. I don't think so.
Kane's just
somebody that's listening. Do they have the fire?
No. The only fire they have is off the Titantron screens.
What?
Yes.
And I remember going to a wrestling event, and that's the one thing I distinctly remember. Even like rows back, when the fire comes, you feel that heat. It's hot. Yeah. I remember we were standing on right by the stage, and it came boom when they had the old the stage with
right.
That fire was so hot, I thought I was gonna get burned.
That's how it used to be with Booker T.
I thought I was gonna get sick. Like, man, it's hot.
Man, Booker T. I'm about tired of this, brother.
I
don't know what's going on. I don't know where the writers are trying to take him.
Nowhere.
# bring back JBL. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not deep into that, but # bring back JBL. He did tribute to the troops, so he's still around.
Yeah,
it's just not weekly.
Right.
He's so Booker T. He's so inconsistent with what he says. One thing he loves the guy. He thinks he's a great competitor, and then
except
the next
for Jason
minute,
Jordan, he hates him. He hates his guts.
Right.
But then he says he's a great competitor. Then he says he's a great competitor. I saw that on Raw.
I mean,
he says he's a great competitor. It's like,
he's on his way. Book it.
And then it's like, oh no, this kid is old.
He ain't
and
got
then
it.
Next time, that kid is good. Like,
right. So make up your mind, Book.
But look, like you have to give Jason Jordan his respect because that's the one guy he grills. Jason Jordan has held every tag team championship there is to hold in WWE, and he's only been here for like hasn't even been 5 years that he's been in WWE. He's already held NXT with Chad Gable, SmackDown with Chad Gable, and then once he found out, Daddy, Raw with Seth Rollins, which threw me off.
Everyone,
and then they won.
The first night,
your
first
night, and you win.
I believe that's going to be the match. Not the match, but the person the next person that they push down our throats.
Who, Jason Jordan?
Yep, in the future.
They already are.
Yeah.
But they're just grooming him right now.
There's no grooming. They're shoving him down our throats. They've laid back. They've laid off with the whole father thing, because I remember what was that Survivor Series before Triple H made that groundbreaking announcement. And I'm not gonna lie, I lost my shit. Right. I was like, oh no. And then he just pedigreed him. I was like, oh Jordan, Lord. Because he came in, he was like, Dad, I'm like, am I watching WWE or a Tyler Perry
I thought it
movie?
was so stupid. It's like, this ain't, I mean, it's staged.
Real quick, I know we're talking about WWE, but y'all see his shirt? Y'all see his shirt?
Yeah. Guess who I picked to win this
Rams.
Nope.
What?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry for you.
What'd you pick?
Falcon.
What?
Right.
Oh, hell no.
Right?
Hell no.
Is that cute up here? Like,
I can't do it right now.
Man. No.
Yeah, no. I held it down though. I got the Rams winning.
Thank you.
He even picked up for his lock to go on.
Yeah.
I didn't pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I hope they win. I hope they win.
Like, you see what happened without Gurley and Goff and with Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo.
But you seen that kicker though last week?
Oh yeah.
That's why I said it goes. When it comes down to the kicker,
How long is there now?
Forever.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, he just had back surgery like 2 weeks ago, so he gone. He
gone.
done.
He gone.
I'm like, how many pain pills can he pop? And
Not
how
enough.
many
Not
flak
enough.
jackets?
Not enough.
He can come out looking like the Michelin
Right,
man.
just come
just
out.
up top. Just,
as long as he
Kick it. Right. It's good. It's good.
right.
okay.
So
shift it back to WWE.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's get back with you.
I have my football.
Let's get back
Talking about the
to
Raw.
the women of Raw.
Yeah. I need Nia Jax to get that title. Paige was recently injured,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
which sucks
Yeah.
because she was gone for so long.
Just came back.
Just got back.
Right.
Just off the I'm back.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. No.
No.
This wasn't a full-time position. This was a temp job. That's what that was.
Yeah.
So where does that leave Absolution? Are they just like the Shield right now?
They're going to be doing the same thing they did this past week and have a lot of video promos until they know what's up with Paige. Because, I mean, you really can't use, in which I do have a crush on Mandy. So I'm saying that right now. Yes. Hi. Hi, Mandy. But anyway.
They look at you like.
Well, since you're saying hi. Hi, Sasha.
Well, I mean,
Look. Hi, Nia.
right.
JoJo, I see you. JoJo.
Stop it.
Braun Strowman.
Hey. JoJo,
I mean, not
man.
Braun Strowman.
Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt.
JoJo is my wife in my mind.
Bray Wyatt gonna get you in real life.
I
Word
just give
is,
my wallet just home GP.
word is,
Word
Big
is.
Cass and Carmella split up. Yep.
Because she's secretly having an affair with James Ellsworth. No, that's a lie. That's fake.
Next on. No.
Right.
God, I hope
Next
not.
on the platform.
That baby would have no chin.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that'd be all bad. That'd be all
So,
bad.
yeah.
So
Anyway.
yeah, going back. Let's see. So we had
Right.
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax needs the title. She needs to beat Alexa Bliss for it.
Okay.
I don't know how that's going to work because I have Asuka winning. No, I changed my mind. I feel like they're going to do a Raw women's version of what happened last year with Randy Orton winning while having an allegiance with Bray Wyatt. And then he turned on Bray Wyatt over the course of the road to WrestleMania and won the title. So I feel like that's what they're going to do.
Interesting.
Nia's going to get that title, and Nia's going to hold it. She's going to set the record, and Enzo's going to be there happy for her.
One can only hope.
So
I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where
they're going.
I like it, but I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I like it.
So who would y'all say would be the person to beat Asuka?
Who would be that?
Who would be that person? Who hasn't she fought yet?
Tick tock, tick tock, tick
Hey,
tock.
community, chime in. What do you think?
Asuka is an employee. employees always have to listen to and, in a way, bow down to the boss.
To the boss.
I feel like Sasha's got it in there.
There you have it.
I see where you're going.
Okay.
I feel like Sasha's got it in there.
So let's talk about SmackDown real quick.
All right.
I know that last week AJ Styles faced off against Kevin Owens. Match ended in a controversial way.
Oh man.
Thanks to Shane McMahon.
Way controversial.
Then last night, AJ faces Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn.
Which should have been an easy victory.
Should have.
Well, not easy, but it should have been a victory.
Yeah, it should have. But Daniel Bryan, I think they're slowly starting to turn him heel. The way he's making these decisions, he is suspiciously making suspect moves,
like at the match for the Royal Rumble. At the
right time.
That match for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you're gonna have AJ Styles face off against both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn
in a handicap match. For a title. How does that work? Who would
betray?
I'm not even that. Who would hold the title? Because it's a handicap match.
Interesting. Who would? The person who pins him?
And then that would drive a wedge. God, Kevin Owens just cannot keep friends with WWE.
Right.
What if Daniel Bryan makes his return?
Look, that's what I'm talking about. Because Daniel Bryan was bouncing off the ropes.
This man right here is going to be the X Factor.
Talking about Shane McMahon.
Shane McMahon.
As long as he is a McMahon, he's going to always be an X Factor.
Yeah, because he's a McMahon.
I don't know
if you can never trust a McMahon.
You can't. You really can't. I don't know if you all have noticed, but since Shane has been back, he's had 2 WrestleMania matches.
Right.
Yep, sure has.
Going on 3.
Yeah.
Can I say it right now? And I want y'all to come back to this. Shane versus Daniel.
I always say that. Yeah, I mentioned that, but I think last week or 2 weeks ago.
You sure did.
And the loser is gone from like their position on SmackDown Live, meaning the winner would pull double duty. And looking at Shane's record,
yeah,
brother man's 0-2.
Yep. And another match looks like the Usos, defeated Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable in a tag team match.
I love these Usos.
I love this team.
Yeah, I love these Usos.
Yes.
I feel like right now they are being the CM Punks of WWE.
They're the realest brothers.
They're being themselves right now.
Right.
And what's beautiful is, unlike that crap over on Raw, what is, are you my dad? These are real brothers.
These real brothers.
Rikishi is their daddy.
Who are brothers, and even if they are Samoan,
got Naomi.
Yeah, hey, you can't beat that.
Got that glow.
Even though they're Samoan, they are still brothers, man.
Got that.
Just the way they swag and the way they move. Hey,
I'd had a crush on Naomi since what was that? The diva thing, the little NXT divas.
I was talking about what's his name?
Brodus?
Brodus Clay.
Right.
The Funkadactyls.
The Funkadactyls.
Funk is on the road. Right. Funk is on the road. Boy, they used to come out there. Cameron and Naomi. But I've noticed that, WWE, they got to watch crossing hairs here. Because she was on the women's version of NXT. And then she disappeared. She got eliminated. And then she came back as a Funkadactyl.
Right.
Which means she had a job. Like they were like, we're keeping you. And then she came back as a Funkadactyl, and then they got into tag team matches. And then Cameron and Naomi got into it. Cameron, we miss you.
Cameron had some kind of facial injury and just never came back.
Yeah, she got let go, and now she's trying to like get into Hollywood and stuff now. So we'll see what's up.
All the best to her.
Yeah.
And Naomi's been champion. I was so proud.
She's got skills. She just ain't another.
She's not Belle Biv DeVoe. She's not another big butt in the smile. I mean, she is. Well, no, she's not. Oh God.
Josh Stanton, ladies and gentlemen.
But she also has been injury prone too.
Yeah.
And I think that's
But her
the main
recovery
thing.
time is amazing.
But I think that's probably the main thing that's held her back the most is just she always is not available.
She had a good run as champion, though.
I mean, it was only like two months though.
Well, okay, so
months?
her first run
2 or
as
3
champion,
months.
she got injured,
The
came back
very
to
next week.
WrestleMania,
Right.
won it.
Right.
Wasn't that much time in between either, so it was a minor injury, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then she lost it fair and square to Natalia. Lost it to Natalia.
Yeah.
And then Natalia lost it to Charlotte.
Right.
And then Charlotte's out here making history.
And then people keep forgetting Carmella still has the Money in the Bank.
Sure does. When is she going to cash it in? That's the question.
WrestleMania.
I'm gonna say Royal Rumble.
Could be. Maybe.
That does make sense.
How does that work?
She doesn't even have to be in the Royal Rumble either.
Right.
No. She could lose the Royal Rumble and still get in.
She could lose and still get the title.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be interesting how they play that out, as a company. How they would run the storyline to
like how they're running American Alpha 2.0.
Right.
Chad Gable
And Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin.
Do you feel that Shelton is better off as a tag team person or individual?
Let me tell you something about Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. Chad Gable.
Right. It's pretty much.
This is repetitive.
Pretty much.
Man. Team the black guy with a white guy, that's all right.
Right. Team a black guy and a white guy, it's all right.
WWE. We're interracial. No. So yeah, that's that. The tag team division on SmackDown is definitely in for a shakeup.
Really?
The Bludgeon Brothers.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Harper and Rowan.
Yes.
They some serious.
Yes.
They some serious.
The kicked out of the Wyatt family. No.
Two people. They are serious, man.
Yeah.
I like their whole gimmick right now.
They coming.
I like it. They're coming for those titles.
Yeah.
They're gonna have some silver around their waist. Is it painted gold? I don't know what it is because the titles used to be gold. They looking pretty silverish. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
They're gonna have some metal around their waist.
It's that white gold or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you talk about Shelton Benjamin. I grew up watching Shelton Benjamin, man. I think he's one of the most underrated wrestlers that ever to step foot in WWE, man.
Nope. Apollo Crews.
Nah.
Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews is more muscular than Shelton Benjamin, but just as athletic.
He is.
This brother hitting backflips,
He's
front
athletic.
flips. He is athletic
But,
and has not gotten a push.
but remember his matches when he was at the Royal Rumble and he used to, you talk about Kofi Kingston.
Right.
He did it first.
He was the original, but Kofi took it and ran with it.
Sure did.
Every year.
He does some
I
kind of
look
crazy
forward
thing.
to what Kofi's gonna do.
Mhm.
Okay, unpopular opinion again. Since we're talking about Kofi,
Okay.
I want another singles run from Kofi.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I miss the Jamaican / African / whatever he want to be that week.
Right.
I miss it.
I think that's long gone now.
I think though on that same line, I'm interested to see
Side
Xavier
note,
Woods.
It was funny when he got fronted out by Triple H because he lost the accent that 1 week.
Exactly.
He was like, "Aren't
I
you supposed
remember
to
that.
be Jamaican?" I was like, "Oh yeah."
He got him. He got
Got him.
Now, you know what? Now I think about it because Xavier Woods is in a tournament.
He is,
Won the
and he
US
won.
title.
He won last.
So
last night.
maybe that could be a way to get the New Day.
That dude's forearm is solid. That's ugly. Just
Yeah,
and that honor roll.
down the road.
Look, if I ever learn how to do that, it's a wrap. I'm picking fights with the biggest dude in the club just because. You see me where I go? Yeah.
Nah, but I think Xavier Woods got a good shot at winning this thing. I really see him winning this whole.
That would be
tournament.
something else.
I want them. Okay, they're gonna do New Day like they're doing the Shield on Raw.
They have to.
United States champion Xavier Woods, tag team champions Kofi and Big E.
Mhm.
That's how they're gonna do it. Except in this predicament, nobody's getting injured
Cross your fingers.
because
Right.
nobody's married to WWE people on the SmackDown side.
Do you feel
No
that,
stay-at-home husbands here.
Right.
Well, have y'all noticed, going back to Raw real quick, have you noticed that there have been longer matches now over the last few weeks? Like they're really putting more of an emphasis of having better, longer matches.
I mean, that was
besides having
shit.
like 5 2-minute matches. Yeah. They're really implementing a lot of good, longer matches, and I like that because that's where the focus needs to go back to.
SmackDown was always like that before. That's what made SmackDown great.
Yeah,
because they're focused on wrestling. You didn't have these 20-minute promos.
Right.
Like quick 5 minutes, say what you need to say, and then let's get it on. Let's fight in the ring.
Going back to
wait, what did JBL used to say when it was on Friday nights? We fight on Friday nights.
Right.
They were fighting.
Right. Going back to singles run, like I know you said, Austin.
Apollo Crews.
No. Xavier Woods. Cesaro needs to have a singles run.
Yes.
Long
overdue.
He needs to have a title run.
I feel like Raw and WWE overall is too invested into the bar for that to happen.
But see, the problem is that Sheamus may not be around that much longer because he has a lingering injury with his neck, similar to what's his name?
Edge, Stone Cold,
and the other guy,
Daniel Bryan,
the Italian's husband, Tyson Kidd.
Oh yeah,
Tyson Kidd's out there.
They all have the same injury.
Yeah. So, and I think that was the reason why Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins won as fast as they did. Because I think the plan was to have Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins win.
Mm-hmm.
They want to separate Sheamus from having a lot of matches because the word is that because of the injury, they don't want him to have a lot of bumps when he's taking these matches nowadays.
You see that they didn't give him a tag team rematch.
Right.
They gave him a singles rematch to Cesaro.
Yeah. I mean, so like just look and see
that's context clues.
Look and see how they starting to treat Sheamus in the next few weeks leading up to WrestleMania. See,
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, matter of fact, I think they had a post on Raw about it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So, real quick, women of SmackDown, thoughts on them?
It was good to see Becky Lynch come back last night. It was good to see her return.
You think what's her name is coming back soon? Nikki Bella?
She off planning weddings and stuff. She
done with that.
Oh, they done?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They didn't get married yet, but I know that I think she's hungry to come back now.
They gotta play in accordance with the TV show.
Yeah.
You gotta be gone, then you gotta get married on TV.
Right.
Then you come on back.
Right.
As Nikki Cena.
Gotta be weird.
The Cena
Nikki
trolls.
Bella Cena. Nikki Bella Cena.
Do you see Amber Moon coming to Raw SmackDown after WrestleMania?
Depends on, she still has a title, right?
Right now.
Depends on how they play that title.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna give her a little bit more time.
Yeah.
She definitely could be one of the after Mania people.
Now, last week we discussed who was like the wrestler of the year for males and females.
Yeah.
And he had
I had Alexa Bliss as the woman.
I had Asuka.
And then for the males, I had it it's a tie. For promos and things, The Miz. For in ring, Braun Strowman. That's what I had.
I had overall The Miz. Because of the impact that he brought to SmackDown, especially that epic interview he had with Daniel Bryan on Talking Smack.
Woo.
Then,
fire.
That was that was 17. That wasn't 16. Yeah. Oh, forgot about that.
Yeah, I thought it was it was 16.
And then like I brought up, who was the guy that was in the middle of the Shield coming back?
The Miz.
You know,
anything that's important,
he was right there.
Right there.
Who was the guy that was in the middle of John Cena and Brie proposing that at WrestleMania?
It was The Miz.
Who's the guy who's at home right now, but he's coming back next week?
The Miz.
Yeah.
So I think he really did one hell of a job in 2017.
I believe
He earned all my respect, man. He's one of my favorites right now, man.
Again, I believe that the Miz is just, he's giving us what we've already seen in CM Punk. Because best promos of all time, gotta go to CM Punk.
Nah. Of all time, no.
Who? You better not say this brother whose last name is Johnson. You better not.
No, I'm not gonna say him either.
What, you don't like words on wrist?
No, it's gotta be.
Wow.
You gotta give credit where credit due. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Oh yeah.
It's like he's preaching a sermon every time he talks, man.
Because
and you want to see the match
because Dusty was part black. I'm saying
and 1A is Ric Flair.
But
1A is Ric Flair.
But if you saw his 30 for 30, he got a lot of that stuff, from feeding off of Dusty Rhodes.
That's what I say. 1A is Ric Flair. And of course, Stone Cold is 3.
Okay.
No, The Rock is 3. Number 3 is The Rock. But anyway, I digress.
Guess we just have to go by like eras and time.
Eras and time?
Because
CM Punk?
Yes. Killed it.
Yeah.
As a heel.
In the ruthless aggression era.
And
CM Punk is the king.
Man, but CM Punk.
Was that still ruthless aggression? That was the ruthless aggression era.
CM Punk shook the WWE universe.
CM Punk. Are you saying like shook as in leave or shook?
No, he shook.
He shook.
He brought attention. He brought an earthquake to wrestling.
I'll never forget it that night.
And
I saw it.
It made everyone want to say, "What is he gonna do next?"
Oh yeah, that night.
I thought that was one of those things where is this real or fake? What's he doing? Like, is he going off Chris script for real? Is he leaving the WWE for real?
He was way off script. He left too. Like that brother walked clean out of Chicago.
Yeah, with the belt.
Got in the cab.
But then he signed
and went home
the next day
and put the belt in his refrigerator.
In the refrigerator.
Chilling.
Because it was icy.
Literally chilling.
Just chilling with the belt. He chilling with AJ Lee too.
Yeah, see Punk sitting right there because
he chilling with AJ Lee too. He's winning.
Real quick. Before we have to go ahead and head on out of here.
Oh man.
Yeah. Surprises for the women's Royal Rumble.
Michelle McCool and Beth Phoenix.
Woo.
Or Michelle McCool.
Lita.
Oh no, Lita. I feel like Lita's done with wrestling. I feel like she enjoys her commentary role whenever she does pop up.
Lita's coming back.
I already said Ronda Rousey gonna be there.
Well, yeah, that's
in the Royal Rumble.
Yes,
that's WrestleMania build-up. Because remember, she's slated for a match at WrestleMania 34, 3. Which one is this? 3, 4? I done lost count. 34.
Yeah, something like that.
This is 34.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. Now I know I talked about Tavon Austin coming out party the whole night.
Yeah, Tavon, huh? What I missed?
Yeah,
you missed a lot, bro.
Tavon Austin.
Yeah,
Tay Awesome from the Los Angeles Rams. Well, his shirt says St. Louis. Dang it.
They St. Louis in my mind.
So all right, so before I bring this out in regards to women, I did say that he's gonna be the X Factor because he hasn't done anything this season at all.
Nothing.
But Sean McVay, for this playoff game, he is going to be so creative because defenses are not going to focus on Tavon Austin doing a whole lot because he has done anything all season long.
I mean,
this is going to be, to me, this is going to be his coming out party.
He's going to look like the West Virginia days.
He may not do it.
Virginia days was pretty.
Yeah. He may not do it the whole postseason, but I got a feeling this Saturday night on NBC, he is going to be the X Factor.
And the Rams are going to be the Falcons.
Exactly.
But I feel like this year, Tay Awesome didn't have to be awesome. The wide receiver section was stacked.
But that's how it should have been. The reason why he was used so much in the past because they didn't have a wide receiver crew.
Exactly. So I feel like McVay's oh man, we talking about this. Somebody gonna watch this and tell it to Atlanta. They gonna have it. They ain't used to though. Yep.
I picked Atlanta to win.
I couldn't blame him. He picked the Rams. I gotta blame you.
Yeah, well,
how you gonna pick the Falcons in a Rams shirt? Anyway, the betrayal.
I am a broadcast journalist. I'm supposed to be unbiased. That's why.
He said.
And his
in
kicker,
a Rams shirt.
And his kicker is scary. It's scaring me, man.
But I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
go on back.
Let's go. We're going off.
Go on back to.
Let's come on, let's really back in
to Royal Rumble.
Bring it on back.
What if AJ Lee made a surprise?
You know
it won't
what?
happen because of the husband.
You can't have one without the other. So if we see AJ Lee, I'm ready for the. I wouldn't put it past him. I haven't heard a lot of,
especially during WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
If he just came all of a sudden, the same height that the Hardy brothers came out of,
like just the pop at the Royal
Because
Rumble.
nobody's see that's coming. Nobody's talking really about that CM Punk anymore.
The pop that would happen.
All you would hear.
You go to Chicago, you don't hear CM Punk chants anymore. They gave it up. Now's the perfect time to bring him back and have him face Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman guy versus Paul Heyman guy. Again, it's happened before.
Have him go back in the Royal Rumble.
That or they would be smart. Because you know the build-up is obviously going to be Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. But what if? Yeah, that's the build-up right now. I mean, things could change, but that's the build-up. But what if because like when they had their original fight, Seth Rollins came out and stole it.
Yo, that original fight, Roman was getting in there.
Yeah,
Roman had him.
It is.
Brock was busted open, like right for the picking. But then again, like I said earlier, WWE doesn't give you what it looks like. They don't give you what you want.
Right. Never. But I can see a situation in which Roman Reigns, Lesnar, they're going hard at it. But guess who comes in to interfere and stops Roman Reigns? CM Punk. The crowd would go bananas.
Forget the crowd. I would go bananas.
Forget you. I'd run out the house. I'd take a lap. Come back. What?
Because that's what they've been doing a whole lot with Roman Reigns is he get these close calls and all of a sudden a surprise happens. And it's like he gets set back again.
Undertaker.
I don't see it.
He ain't done.
He ain't done, but he ain't gonna be.
He gonna poke his head now. He got an issue with Roman Reigns. Roman put that boy to the test.
Oh yeah.
He got an issue.
Just when you think Roman Reigns will do it and everybody whatever. Revenge.
There it is.
Or
you screw me, I'm gonna screw you.
I still think it's gonna be Taker versus Cena.
Nah. Cena's getting 17 at Mania.
I really don't see no one else facing Taker for real. I thought about Braun Strowman
as in
17-time champion at Mania.
He doesn't have a championship match at Royal Rumble or something at Mania.
He's in the Royal.
So you thinking he's going to win? He's going to win the Royal Rumble?
Either he's going to win the Rumble or he's going to qualify for number one contender. They're giving him 17.
Trivia question: how many times has Cena been in the Royal Rumble?
How many times he's been in it?
2.
I know he's won it twice.
He's won it twice. Once when he was in as number 30, and then the one to face The Rock.
Yeah.
He was in it with Batista.
Yeah.
So that's 3.
That false win that he was supposed to win.
That double loss, both win type thing.
Yeah, and Vince McMahon busted both quads in the process. He sure did. Anyway, let's go back and look at the tape.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3.
Platform family, what do you say?
So that's 3 so far.
Where's T-Bone Funk at when you need him?
Right.
He knows he'll probably just get it like that. Oh, he didn't.
I'm gonna say 5.
What does the Google say?
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like in the Royal Rumble match.
Yes.
Jesus.
In the Royal Rumble match.
Because he's been in the Royal Rumble since he's been there. Well, not. He's always on the pay-per-view. He's the poster boy for WWE, even though he ain't there.
And the reason why it's such a tricky question because normally when they have Royal Rumbles, he's normally the champion already, so he doesn't be in that match, or he has a match, for the title already.
And remember, in Ruthless Wrestling, he was always the champion.
I'm going with 3.
He was never the champion. He was never not the champion in the Ruthless Aggression era. It's like, it just seemed like it.
The one where he won the WWE Championship for the first time, the one where he faced The Rock, and the one where he came back from injury during WrestleMania 24 build-up.
And then the double count thing.
Yeah, noticed that one. So that was 3.
Okay. 3.
I'm going with 3. That is my final answer.
Survey says 3.
How many times has he been in the Royal Rumble pay-per-view? 397. No.
Right.
And then he's won twice. So, his record is
He's 2-1. He's doing good. He's better than Dolph Ziggler last year at pay-per-views. 1-6.
Dolph who?
That's another thing. Dolph Ziggler's not going.
He's a glorified jobber.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
He is a glorified. He is like he's like our new age Bastion. What's the garbage man name? What's his name? It was the Brooklyn Brawler. He's the modern day Brooklyn Brawler. That's who he is.
His in-ring skills are incredible.
Yeah.
His usage by WWE has been piss poor.
And that's why he needs to step away from the WWE.
He is. He's just not stepping away from the WWE. He's stepping away from television. He's probably still there, taking a well-needed break. I feel as though he's going to come back during this championship match and screw everything up, or get whoever the champion will be.
I think Royal Rumble, you may see the return of Batista.
He does want to come back.
Yeah, he does want to come back.
But this brother is 48.
Yeah.
You know
He's
who else
48 years old?
Right? You know who else is 48? Triple H.
Yeah.
You know what Triple H is doing? Enjoying a desk job. Wrestling at select house shows. Yeah. He was filling in for the Shield. I'll never forget that video.
Right.
Where Rollins and Ambrose do a dive. And Triple H comes through and he steps through the ropes.
Exactly. He's like, no, I ain't doing that.
48. Yeah.
Right. All right, man. Hey.
All right.
Great conversation,
finally
man.
Did it.
Finally in the getaway.
You got to come back here.
I finally did it. Finally is available on all streaming platforms. That is my EP that I dropped this time last year. I also just dropped a single yesterday called Numb. You can find that on soundcloud.com/Josh Stanton Music.
Support.
That's STANTON. So yeah.
Dopeness.
I dropped that.
Support, man.
These two DJs approve this message.
Oh man. Stanton shirts coming Friday.
There we go.
Action speaking all 2018.
All right.
Hey, so real quick, man. Idiot of the week.
I really don't have one. I have a feeling you got one though.
I do, but it's not in regards to the whole Marvin Lewis thing, whatever.
Okay.
This is something I should have brought out last week, but I forgot to do it. This man said that he is the sole reason why that team is successful right now.
In what world?
Who said that?
Jeff Fisher.
Yes, he did say this.
Prior to the game against the Tennessee Titans last week, 2 weeks ago, went on the radio show and said he put
the team in a better
position to succeed right now. All they needed was some offense, and that was it.
Unpopular opinion, he's not wrong.
He is absolutely
he's not wrong.
All
McVay did was get a better roster and start Jared Goff.
First of all, Jeff Fisher ran a 1980s style offense in 2016, 2015. That was not going to work. As soon as we got a modern day offense, we win 11 games.
I guarantee
surprise.
I guarantee you. If
we were 29th in the offense, now this year, how many top 5?
Can we look up the roster from 2016 and the roster this year?
Oh, sure. I could tell you.
Yeah.
it was piss poor terrible.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. So
but see,
how many people were added though on the offensive side?
Right. But my point is, this is how bad Fisher is in his offense. If he would have had these same exact players on this team, and coached them, they would not win 11 games.
Because he wouldn't know how to use them.
I'm telling you, they would not have won 11 games, and that's why he had to go.
He's still trying to run the slant route, and run the L, and you run that way. Bow! Sack!
Okay, you run that way toward that girl in row 5C. You roll this way toward the cat.
You do a curl route,
and you run.
This is high school.
You just gonna run straight.
He ran so many high school offense plays. I thought he was seeing a high school team. Now he'd be a dope high school head coach.
And see,
he'd be dope.
And see, my whole thing is
any NFL coach would kill in high school. They taking NFL strategies to high school.
D2 football, Jeff Fisher's your guy. But the NFL, no.
Yeah.
NFL can go to college. College can't go to NFL.
True.
Y'all see what Chip Kelly did.
Right. And now going back, once again, he wouldn't have the same success, Big Bay, especially because he's not a creative offensive mind, or he didn't have a staff that had an offensive mind. And then, lastly, it's all about putting your team in position to succeed. And he had opportunities to do that, and he didn't make it happen.
I'm going to say this. Jeff Fisher with these Rams is like Mark Jackson with the Warriors. Think about it. Soon as Mark Jackson gets out, Steve Kerr comes in.
Mark Jackson had him win.
Mark Jackson had him win.
Yeah, exactly. I know, but when Steve came in, that was that title year.
Right. All right.
And then what was after that? 73-9 with no win.
But look, as we just said, Mark Jackson already had a team going to the playoffs. Yeah. They were already there. Steve Kerr just put them over the top. Jeff Fisher kept the team.
And 8-8, 7-9. That's it.
A horrible record in LA.
They did not make the playoffs.
They haven't made the playoffs in 13 years.
Exactly.
Let's take it back. 13 years
ago.
So
how the heck did Jeff Fisher do anything to help this team?
He brought in the box of Legos and Sean McVay put them together.
On that note, what if Jeff Fisher came back to the league to coach let's just say the Detroit Lions?
This is easy. The Detroit Lions will go 8-8.
The Detroit Lions would go 7-9.
Oh,
there we go.
There you go.
Because Fisher ain't never hit no 500.
Right.
Nothing. And you know what?
They got lucky when they went to the Super Bowl with the Titans. But then after that, where did the Titans go? 8-8, 7-9.
Can I tell you?
He had Vince Young.
Can I tell you why we never went 8-8? Because our last opponent every season was the dang on Seahawks.
Yep.
In Seattle. That's just a recipe for an L right there.
And what did we do in Seattle this year?
What?
By like 40 points. Real quick, just an update.
Something to zip in the first half.
Just an update. Excuse me. Before we head out, the Cavaliers are down by almost 20 points against the Boston Celtics right now in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Come again, say what?
Cavaliers are down by almost 20 points against Boston. And then locally, our Missouri Tigers are up 35-21.
Come again, say
what?
At South Carolina.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yes.
Zone.
Yeah, Twilight Zone for real.
And on that note, I am your boy, Smoooth.
And I am Siddall.
And this is
Stanton. Look at them 3 S's.
Ooh. Another edition of the platform is you have to wait, computer. There we go. Another edition of the platform is a wrap. Check us out next week. The results from the national championship game.
Yep.
From the wild card round in the NFL playoffs.
When the Rams beat the Falcons.
Maybe.
And,
maybe.
Y'all have a safe one.
On fire.
Hey, on fire. Y'all have a safe one. When it's about sports,
it becomes our business.
Yep.
Power.